Welcome back to the shop, and today I'm going to build a miter station jig to cut 45s for picture frames, memorial flag displays, whatever's going to require for a 45. You can modify this to cut whatever angle you want, so let's get started. Tools that we're going to need some glue. I'm going to use a little bit of CA glue, some StarBond. I'm going to use benchtop cookies to get it up off the bench. There's my driver, there's my drill, our screws, our CNC Bits by Snappy, not affiliated, and our driver set, which is an Irwin, which we're not affiliated with anyways. I don't care if I'm affiliated with them or not. I like their products, it's good stuff. So, let's get started. Alright, what we're going to make today is we're going to make a Miter Saw Jig to cut 45s so that when I'm making my memorial flag displays, I can get the same length every time and I get the same angle every time. And so, what we're going to do is I've thought about this and I'm like, there's got to be an easier way to do this to batch it out. So, that's what I came up with. Noodled it out, figured it out, scratched it out on some paper somewhere in here. Oh, here it is. So it's going to look something like that. Basically, I took a 13-inch piece of wood, piece of plywood that I've got laying around, 13 by 9, 19. This is my fence. It's going to go along this line like this. This is another fence that's going to allow you to tap it to the miter saw. And then this is a cleat that I'm going to put right here so that I get the same setup every single time on my miter saw. It took me all of it probably, the first one I did took about 10 minutes to do, so I'm going to see how long it takes to make this one. But I'm adding a little bit more to it. So, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this onto the base. This is our base. And so what I want to do is I want at least 2 inches of overhang in the front so that I can catch it on the front side of the miter saw. So I'm over here, I'm going to line up, 2 inches there. What I want to do is I want to mark, because I don't want to get glue all the way over the place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tick there and a tick there, along with a white little crow foot there, a little chicken foot there. So this is going to be where I put my glue. Just use the regular wood glue. Towel handy. Now, some CA glue. Chris from a Glimpse Inside said the handiest tool you got in your shop. If you don't have some, get some. Several makers are affiliates. I'll leave a couple in the description for that. Help them out, helps them make a little bit of money. I get nothing in the kickback, so I'm going to hit this with some activator, activator, activator. Here, line up my line, so hold it there, a little bit more activation, let's sit for just a second or two, come back through, clean up the glue squeeze out. Okay. Now, that glue and stuff will be able to hold it for a while, but I want to make sure it's not going to come apart. So I'm going to come back through with some number 8 by 1.25 inch Power Pro screws. Like Power Pro, good stuff. And there. Okay. Got that all situated. Clean up the glue squeeze out. Now, grab my bench cookies. Okay. 4 of them. I like the bench cookies because they're kind of fun to play with. Alright, so now, this is going to mount on the left side of the saw. There's a fence that goes right along here. That's where your normal fence is for your miter saw. So we're going to take this here. We'll put it right about there. But first, I need to mount this piece. So I know that my miter saw, again I have the Hitachi 12-inch compound miter saw. I think it's a CF12. I know that mine is about 12 inches, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a 12-inch mark there. Grab my DFM square, customized, mind you. That's where that's going to go. And I need a spring clamp. This is crucial because we want to make sure that it is 45 to that edge right there. So we slide that in there, slide it over to our mark, and if you want, you can use your 90-degree here. Line your 90-degree mark up there. Get those two to match. Okay. There we go. Got that. Then we're going to take our fence, first fence, lay it up here. And you want to get it just so it's on the other side. So it kind of hangs over just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my pencil, make some marks. So I got some glue. Right there, and right there, and mark right there. Okay. So then take our glue, glue, some more glue, and I think that's about it. Don't get too much glue on there. Spread it out. Take your CA glue. Again, a little dabba-doo-ya right there. Another little dabba-doo-ya. A little doober-dabber there, and a little doober-dabber there. Okay. Activator. And here. Make sure it's pressed up against that square. So, hold it down. Okay. Sit for a sec. Pull that off. Now, do the same thing over here with this fence, this front fence. Spin this around real quick. Oop, got some goobers I gotta clean up. a lot for hanging out with me today in the shop. It was a lot of fun making this jig for my miter saw. I'd seen several people that have had different types of things on there, but that required T-track, and they didn't want to mess with the T-track. This is something I can clamp on, clamp off, and go. Some of the key features that I really like about this, and the reason why I came up with this idea, is this piece right here, this cleat. This allows me to match up to the table base of my miter saw in the same spot every single time. That way I'm not trying to figure out where the blade's going to cut. I know if I slide this in, up and in, and it clamps to the base, your table fence here, and this goes on the tabletop, it's in the same spot every time. And I left for the repeatability. Then I also made this rudimentary, crude stop block, but it just slides onto the 3/4 inch plywood, and I can put it wherever I need to, and it allows me to make the repeatable cuts. Anyways, thanks a lot for hanging out with me today in the shop, and let's just go out and have some fun in the shop. It's better than sitting in front of the TV twiddling your thumbs. Let's go.